Now, recently I saw a video, guys, talking about Steph Curry versus LeBron James. Who's changed the game of basketball more? And someone was making a point that they felt Steph Curry has done more to change the game of basketball than LeBron James. Who are we fooling here? And I love me some Steph Curry, watching that dude shoot the rock, watching him dribble, move without the ball, his selflessness on the court too, the way his teammates talk about him. He's a great player, a great role model, and seems to be a great person, even though I don't know him personally. But from the outside looking in, great dude. But let's be serious here. What has Curry done to change the game of basketball other than the three-point revolution? He got guys shooting threes all the time. Guys looking at the three as, put up more threes and it should lead to winning. Even though that ain't necessarily always the best formula, because Golden State could do it because you had Curry and Clay who were hitting three-pointers at a clip over 50% at times when they were hot, and guys that shot the rock 40% from three and taking a lot of threes doing it. That's just unreal. Most people don't shoot it at that clip. So if you real efficient in the mid-range, that's still a good way to go, and Oklahoma City showed you that. But I'm not here to hate on Steph Curry, because I do think the three-point revolution is significant. He changed the game, definitely. But to me, that's his real only contribution. What else has he done to change the game? I really want to know. Inform me, because there's a lot of Steph Curry fans out there. I truly think he might be the most loved player in the history of basketball. And that's saying something. But I mean, fans just love him, from kids on up to adults. And he's earned that right. So again, not hating. So I want to hear from y'all, because I know y'all going to have something to say about this video. But outside of the three-point revolution, what has he brought to basketball? You had guys before him when it comes to three-pointers that when you see big men shooting threes, well, you can give a little bit of that credit to a Dirk Nowitzki and a Kevin Durant and what they did to stretch the game and show that a big didn't have to be in the paint on that box. But Curry made it even more so, and bigs are watching Curry too, so I want to give Curry his credit there. I mean, shoot, Curry got guys out here shooting threes before they shooting layups and twos, and I mean that when they practicing coming up in the game. And him and Curry himself would tell you that ain't the way to go. You work inside out, warm up that layup, that mid-range, and then the threes will fall. That's what he still does. But what else has he done? I'm serious. What else has he done? I think some people will say he makes people feel like because he can do it, I can do it, he looks regular. LeBron James is 6'8", 6'9", 250, 260. I'm not going to be that big, that athletic, that explosive. Steph Curry's just an average guy. First of all, Steph Curry put in so much hard work. Thousands of shots he puts up to get his jumper like that. And I think he got one of the top 5 handles of all time. And he does a lot of dribble work to get that. But make no mistake, all that hard work and dedication, which is part of the puzzle to getting there, he's doing that with a legacy body. He's a Curry. His father wasn't no scrub. Which not only gives you genes, but access to knowledge. And access to proximity around other pros, other coaches, other trainers that everybody don't get in life. So those things factored in too for Curry being who he is. And on top of all that, he's 6'3". Next time you trying to date some of them girls that got them unreal expectations when they talking about a guy need to be, 6 foot plus out there. Most guys are like, that ain't realistic. Most of us ain't that tall, right? That's what you hear, or people get on women about for having an expectation, and you thinking that Steph Curry's being 6'3" ain't factoring into it too. He's not a small dude. This ain't Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson made you feel like anybody could do it because he might have been 5'11", maybe. I know guys that tell me he probably was about 5'10". They listed him at 6 feet. And he was a freakish athlete. So what did Curry do other than the three-point revolution? I'm going to end it here. When you say he did more for the game to change the game than LeBron James. LeBron James came at a time where it was popular for your star player to not only be a wing player, a la Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, continuing that legacy, but to take the last shot, be clutch, come down, and that was how you won championships. LeBron still to this day gets criticized for not being clutch enough, even though he's done that in games. He don't get the credit for it he deserves, kind of like Curry gets a little too much flack for his defense than he deserves. But in spite of that, LeBron James changed the game in a sense, showing that guys could play the game the right way again. That you could still be the best player in the league and not take the last shot. Still win multiple championships, go to 8 in a row. So he showed a style of play that came out of it when the game had been changing away from the style of play he brought back. That's one thing he did. But he also showed you, on top of that, how free agency could be dominated by a player and how a player can control his destiny, not the team. Then he showed you, when you are that dude, how you could get your kid in the league. And your kid don't have to be a superstar. And not even close to a superstar. And that's no disrespect or hate to Bronny. Bronny's no scrub. People get on him a little more than they should. You don't get into college and the league and be able to get in these games as a bum, what a true bum is. Some of y'all jokers out there at the local Y and your local gym. Nah, Bronny can hoop, but yes, he's not a superstar to the level of, nowhere close to his dad or even other all-stars in the league. We see his struggles. But yet LeBron James showed you, when you can position yourself in a way, you can have pull to set it up so that your son not only can get a look in the league, but an opportunity where he lives in LA. Come on now. So LeBron's style of play, he did something with that, just like Curry did with the three-point revolution. He did that with style of play, with moving the ball more, being a pass-first guy, even though he could score. He got his kid into the league, showed you how you can position yourself to do that, showed you how you can position free agency to your benefit instead of the team doing it for their benefit and through trades. And then he showed you how you can be all of that and be the man, and it's still okay to be an activist and an athlete. You don't got to shut up and dribble. Now, guys in the past, yeah, there was athletes that did that before. But again, LeBron James is coming into the league. He was coming in during a time where the most famous of athletes was saying, hey, got to be careful how you move like that, because Republicans, they buy shoes too. That attitude, not to say that gentleman didn't do things to help in the community, in his community, but being outspoken about it the way LeBron James has been, it was seen as that's going to mess your money up. But it didn't. So that's, how many things am I on now? Free agency, activism, son in the league, style of play. And Curry has the three-point revolution. I need something else, people, before we say he changed the game more than LeBron James. Help me out. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you looking for. J Heat Sports Media. And I'm coming at y'all with that fire as always. Remember to find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.